But a couple things here. Taking the hard path. He said we're in a very unique position right now. We're in a very difficult position. And although it has been fairly tough to this point, it's going to get tougher. And so I got 5 or 6 things here that I want to talk about in terms of how we can do our best to navigate that, I guess, because it is going to get tough. It's going to get tough for Bitcoiners. So a couple things I would say here. The first one is that focus on learning. And you're here today. Obviously, you're working towards that. But try to learn as much as you can about Bitcoin itself, about using Bitcoin privately, about storing your Bitcoin, the different options for that. Try to support companies who are using Bitcoin only, like Bull Bitcoin, like, what was that? River? No, Rain. Focus on them and learn how to do it. Learn about Lightning, learn about Liquid, learn about eCash. Because you want to, if shit were to hit the fan, you want your Bitcoin to be as private as possible. You don't have to obsess about getting non-KYC Bitcoin. That should be part of your plan into Bitcoin, but don't obsess over that. Just learn about privacy tools like Liquid, like Lightning, eCash. Just educate yourself. The more educated you are, the better you're going to be able to withstand the attacks. Second one is security, which ties directly into that. Make sure that you have, if you do have a UTXO, if you're in a point where you have one Bitcoin UTXO, regardless of the size of it, make sure to protect that with your life. Keep the 90%, spend the 5 or 10% on your retirement, on living, whenever you need to, but focus on keeping that 90% and keeping it safe. So part of that education is whether you have to invest in a course, whether you have to invest in somebody to help you through it based on your specific situation, but learn how to keep that Bitcoin secure because it is going to be extremely valuable in the future. So just be aware of that. The third one here is mining, decentralized mining. He talked about the centralization issues with mining. There are very easy tools available now to Bitcoiners, including the BitAxe, which is the video that I was going to show today, but we ran out of time, unfortunately. So maybe I'll show it tomorrow. But the more we can decentralize the Bitcoin mining, the better it's going to be. So just start looking into that. Make that part of your education, learning about mining. That should be where everybody starts. If you can understand the Bitcoin mining process, as hard as it is to wrap your head around, it's a really good place to start because you're going to have very high conviction. And when that time comes, when Wall Street's going to try to get you to sell your Bitcoin, they're going to run the price up high enough where they're going to try to get you to sell your Bitcoin to them. You're going to have enough conviction, knowing the mining and running your own miner. I mean, you might hit the lottery, you might make some Bitcoin, but the important part of that is that you're decentralizing the Bitcoin network. So for a couple $100 now, you can grab a BitAxe and you can start mining at your house for very cheap. Third one here, or the fourth one, is just manage your expectations with this and with anything in life. The more you can manage your expectations, the less stressed and the less bad days you're going to have. If you just kind of expect that if Bitcoin succeeds, there's going to be people coming after you. If you have that in your mind today and you're expecting that to happen, you're going to be prepared for it. And when that time comes, it's going to be very less detrimental to you as a Bitcoiner. So just be ready for it. Manage your expectations. You're here now. It's a blessing. It's a very big opportunity, but prepare to be attacked from every angle. Next one here is just trust the process. Part of the whole thing here is that you have to have a very long time preference. You have to be laser focused on the goal of decentralizing the world, of separating money from state. And if you focus on the process, everything becomes easier. Don't worry about the bullshit. Just focus, be laser focused on the end goal here and everything to get there. Trust that. And the next one here is get yourself, become part of a community within Bitcoin. And I mean, showing up here in the live chat, I mean, it's a small community, but it's a community. So find a few communities and networks. The stronger your community, the stronger your network within Bitcoin, the better off you're going to be and the faster you can leave the fiat system. Because if you have people within your network that you can buy from with Bitcoin and sell things to for Bitcoin, the faster you can leave that old system. Ideally, you want to have somebody that you can buy meat from with Bitcoin, that will cut your grass for Bitcoin, shovel your snow for Bitcoin, cut your hair for Bitcoin. If you have that within your network and the bigger your network grows, the less reliance you have on the fiat world. And the less reliance you have on the fiat world, the better spot that you're going to be in. So focus on getting a community, finding a network. I would strongly suggest becoming a part of the Living in the Future tier. You can get information for that in the show notes. But I'm not lying to you. The people over there, the community, the things that are being built and shared on there, it's invaluable, especially if you're somebody who's new to Bitcoin and you're looking for some people to talk to about it. The other part of that too is that when these attacks do happen, you want somebody there or a group of people there to kind of talk you through it together. That's the key of it, right? So when you're getting attacked, regardless of what angle it's coming from, if you can have somebody there to talk to that you can trust, that's going to make your experience a whole hell of a lot easier for you. So consider that.